One of the more shocking revelations that we got from the Epstein files, when they were finally released, of course, was the existence of the Zoro Ranch, as it was called, in New Mexico. But more importantly, the revelation that there may be a mass grave site on that property after revelations came out, or accusations, I should say, saying that there were the bodies of young girls buried on that property. After all of this information came out, Raul Torres, the Attorney General of the state of New Mexico, launched an investigation. But Torres was once again forced to send a letter to the United States Department of Justice demanding that they release to them, right, to law enforcement in New Mexico. They're not trying to release it to the public. They're not going to share it with anybody. They just need it so that they can properly conduct this investigation to see if the DOJ has any information that they may not have. And once again, Attorney General Torres is getting absolutely no response from Todd Blanch's Department of Justice. Let me reiterate here. We could be dealing with a property that is serving as a mass grave site for young women who had been trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein, perhaps killed by Jeffrey Epstein. We don't know. There could be a handful, there could be dozens, there could be hundreds. We don't know. There could be none. But as long as the DOJ continues to sit on these redacted files that they refuse to release in violation of the Epstein Files Transparency Act, as judges have repeatedly told them, we may never get answers. The Attorney General's office in New Mexico cannot do the equation if they do not have all the variables. That's the point here. Otherwise, they're just grabbing a bunch of shovels, going out into the desert and starting to dig in random spots, hoping they stumble upon something. But it goes beyond, by the way, the potential of mass graves out there at that Zoro Ranch. They also are trying to figure out what type of criminal activity was taking place inside their state, who all was involved. We know that other billionaires, of course, have been linked to it. We just don't know what their names are. We know a couple of them, of course, in New Mexico. But who else? And what did these people do? Those are the types of things that could, I'm not saying they absolutely are, but they could be contained in those files controlled by the Department of Justice. Yet to this day, they continue to cover it up. This might be one of the biggest cover-ups that the United States federal government has ever engaged in. I mean, depending on your beliefs, maybe Roswell was bigger, right? I don't know, but this is definitely up there. It's at least top 5. And the worst part is, they know that everybody knows there is a cover-up. Polls repeatedly show that a majority of Americans believe there is a cover-up going on because this administration is so incompetent that they can't even do a cover-up right. But that's why we do have to continue talking about this story. We do still have to demand transparency, not just because the law says you have to do it now, but because the victims deserve justice. And those who committed these crimes, years, decades ago at this point, they still need to be held accountable for what they did. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, tune in every weekday at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern for our daily live stream. Subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell so that you get notified when new live streams are up or when new videos go up. Don't forget to share the content, like, and comment.